Hey guys, welcome to Island of Vape. In case you hadn't guessed, today we're going to be looking at this little bad boy. It is Vampire Vape's Rainbow Skull. You can see the graphic there. It's pretty cool, pretty gnarly looking. This is a UK manufactured e-liquid, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing how it vapes. Supposedly 100% VG. I know there's a few people out there that are saying, oh, it's not 100% VG. There's certain ingredients in it that are PG based. But, you know, frankly, for myself as a clearomizer cloud chaser, that's probably not a bad thing, because it just means it's going to wick into the coil a little easier if there is some PG in there. It comes in some odd milligram strengths. I've got it in 4, sort of like multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16. So not your usual milligrams strengths as far as nicotine's concerned. So you might want to factor that in if you are looking at buying this. Maybe certainly I've gone 2 milligrams lower than I normally would, basically because I didn't want to go higher. No, I'll give it the smell test and let you guys know what it smells like. It's marketed as orange, lemon, and lime candy. So I'm not really a connoisseur of the fruitier flavours. I tend to stick more to dessert. So I thought this time around in my vape mail I might as well go and grab a whole load of fruity flavours and see how I got on with those. Not that I'm getting sick and tired of desserts, but it's nice to switch it up a bit every now and then. Definitely getting really citrusy notes off of that. It's really good. It'd be interesting to see with such a high VG based juice whether it actually carries those flavours off. I know traditionally VG based juices aren't necessarily the best flavour wise, so let's see how she vapes and I'll let you guys know. Vaping it again as always on the Sigelli 150 watt, using a Kangertech Subtank today. It's not a nano, it's not a mini, it's just the usual massive great big Subtank. Settings wise, start off at 25 watts, and you can see there on a 0.5 ohm coil, opens some big clouds. She's producing, that's for sure. Yeah, there's some big clouds coming off of this thing. Certainly 100% VG, I can believe it. I mean, this is certainly one of the cloudiest liquids that I've used so far. You can probably see it's clouding the room up really good. Certainly not a juice that I'd recommend you be vaping out in public or around your friends if they don't smoke or vape. I think they get pretty pissed off if you're blowing these huge clouds in the face. But that being said, if you're into your RDAs and your drippers, this is probably a really good shout. Actually, it's flavour-wise, it's actually carrying it off pretty well. The main flavour you'll get off of the inhale is definitely the orange. Getting a lot of orange off the inhale, maybe with some lemon in there. But on the exhale, big lime, a lot of lime. Again, a bit of lemon, maybe a kind of level of orange in there as well. But yeah, certainly getting more lime on the exhale. But it's really nice. It's strange. There's almost like a sort of menthol kick to the exhale. That's kind of it's quite refreshing. It sort of clears the palate, which is really nice. Actually, it's not something I've really had before. So I know a lot of people are into their iced fruit flavors and things like that. Well, this is like an iced citrus almost. It's really different. I've actually got a couple of RDAs on the way. I'm going to start building my own coils relatively soon, so no doubt I'll do some videos on those, but it'd be interesting to see how well this drips, actually. Like I say, running it on a sub-ohm clearomizer at the moment, it's a high VG juice, so it's not necessarily going to wick. I wouldn't recommend that you try and run this on anything like a Pro Tank or an Aero Tank, or even a Nautilus or something like that. Probably wouldn't recommend that you try and wick this high VG juice in one of those coils, because I mean you can see it's pretty gloopy. It's taken a good sort of I've had it in this tank for about a day, just sort of let it sit there and wick a little bit. I dripped some onto the holes just where the wick sort of pokes through there, just to make sure that the coil was as saturated as possible. I know Kanger recommend as well with the Subtank certainly that you you drip a little onto the actual coil itself before you put the top of the clearomizer on. But it's working pretty well. It's working nicely. I'm certainly getting good flavour off of it, nice clouds. So it's working in the tank. But no, I'm definitely going to keep a lot of this liquid for dripping. I think when I'm capable of building my own coils, and hopefully in a couple of days. So I'll try and get another video up then. For the time being, Vampire Vapes Rainbow Skull. I mean, it's really different. It's not something I've had before. Certainly, it's not something I've experienced before, but it's really nice. A really solid citrus flavour for such a high VG juice. So I definitely recommend that you guys go out and grab a bottle of it. I hope you found this video informative, as ever. If you're inclined to do so, please like, subscribe, and leave any comments. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Happy vaping!